Hey guys, in this video I'm going to give you my process that allowed me to recruit more than 2,000 agents since 2014. And if you're an agency owner or aspiring agency builder and you're looking for tips and tricks on growing your agency, you're going to get a lot of good information, so stick around. Hey everybody, it's David Duford, owner of Duford Insurance Group, where I train and recruit agents nationally to sell things like final expense and Medicare, both face-to-face and over the phone. So the purpose of this video is to give you some inside baseball as to how I was able to grow my agency to over 2,000 agents recruited since 2014. Again, if you're somebody who wants to build an agency or you're already building an agency and you're looking for some advice and focus on how to duplicate my type of success, and you're going to get some good, I think, nuggets from this video to help you progress towards that ultimate goal of duplicating yourself as an agent and others and being in more of a managerial coaching role as you build your agency. So building an insurance agency really is a three-legged stool, if you will. There's three things you have to have, and you can't have only two of those. You got to have all three in order for the stool to stand. So the first thing is you have to have some sort of duplicatable sales and marketing process. The second is you got to have some sort of onboarding process to bring new agents on, train them, and get them into the field to sell. And third, you've got to have some sort of process in place to drive traffic or interest in your agency and to recruit that interest into producing agents. We're going to go over all three of those momentarily, but we're going to jump into the first one and go into a little bit more depth. So the first one is having a duplicatable sales and marketing system. So this should be probably the easiest of the methods to use if you're going to build your own agency. It's more likely than not you already tapped into, as an insurance agent, a duplicatable sales and marketing system that you learned from somebody else. Now, if you're doing some kind of esoteric marketing strategy that is unique and special, maybe you've got some great website that drives a lot of traffic, that's probably not duplicatable. But if you're doing something like buying leads, running face-to-face or telesales appointments with a singular product, it's likely you meet the criteria for having a duplicatable system. The reason this is important is that you don't want to recruit agents on a generic profile. More people than not, what they really want when they go into the insurance business is not to sell insurance. What they want is freedom. What they want is self-dignity, and they want a system that will give them a great lifestyle. It just so happens that the insurance business is it. But you want to simplify that process, and I think that's my main point, is we want a simplified sales and marketing process that we can scale and get a lot of people in, no matter what their background is, that will give them the best chances of accomplishing said goals that we mentioned earlier. So think about how you sell whatever insurance product you sell, and as well as how you market whatever insurance product you market. And see and test yourself if those are actually a duplicatable process. And if they are, turn it into a system and into a platform to tie new agents into in order to duplicate the same results you see, but obviously scale that so that you can have multiple agents doing it. So for example, in my business, I sold final expense as a personal producer. I had a duplicatable sales and marketing system as an agent. So it was a real easy scenario for me to duplicate what I had learned as a field agent into new agents. So the whole duplication process was pretty straightforward, pretty much to the point. And like I said earlier, it was duplicated in me. So I was just copying and pasting, and didn't require a lot of brain power to do the duplication part. So the second thing, and this is missed by a lot of top producers that don't understand that there's a difference between producing and recruiting, is you have to have some sort of system to onboard and train new agents. It's not enough just to get warm bodies into your agency. You have to develop them into producers. You have to train them on how to sell the product, how to set appointments, how to run appointments, about the carriers. You got to train them. You got to do mock presentations. You got to put them in a position where they can help develop their skill set to give them the best chances of success. What a lot of agents, in my experience, who turn into agency managers do is they just assume that, hey, how I learned this product and this process is exactly the same as everybody else's learning process. So they don't put much time into developing a system to train a multitude of agents that have different ways in which they learn material. And so that somewhat contributes to the massive fallout and failure rate amongst insurance agents. So it's important to understand that you think through how you're going to successfully train your agents. For example, in my agency, one of the biggest selling points is I have 14 hours of live training every single week that I host on all sorts of topics related to selling final expense face-to-face and over the phone. This whets the appetite of many new agents because they're sorely and painfully aware that they don't know anything about selling insurance and they need education to do and be effective so they can close deals. So think about how you can develop a training protocol around your duplicatable sales and marketing system so that anybody you recruit that meets the minimum criteria that will work and do the system and are self-disciplined can take, learn it, ask you for questions, and then implement it within a few short weeks. Last but not least is actually developing an agent recruiting system. And what I mean by this is that you have to have prospecting in place to drive interested traffic to you that may hopefully convert into some sort of agent recruit for your business. The way I kind of liken this is it's exactly the same as your prospecting efforts if you're already selling insurance. If you sell insurance successfully, you know that a large part of your success is based off of your lead generation strategy. The more leads you have in the play, the more people you talk to, and likely the more deals you close. So the same thing is true when you recruit agents. You got to have some sort of marketing going on there, talking to people who are in a position of their life where they want to explore entrepreneurial opportunities, and you got to have them show them the way on how your product and your sales system accomplishes their entrepreneurial goal or their goal from getting away from the 9-to-5 grind and that kind of thing. So what I do, you guys probably already know, I utilize predominantly YouTube as well as Google search to generate all sorts of insurance agent leads for my business. It's completely organic. And there are definitely some opportunity if you sat down and wrote some good content that was searchable, that people and questions that agents had. You'd likely would get interest off of that. Likely same thing if you did some videos as well. I think both of these fields are untapped for the agents that want to build an agency, want to go organic and getting leads. And then also, if you didn't want to go that route, you can always go the paid route, or you can go some sort of cold prospecting route, like reaching out to people on LinkedIn is a good strategy, interacting with people on insurance forums or Facebook groups in insurance, or even just putting out plain old ads on the job boards, getting inbound interest and then qualifying them. These are all basic ways to get people to talk to. And at the end of the day, it comes down to massively talking to a lot of people to filter out the few people who are a really good fit, and then getting them into the system and onboarding them. So if you're an aspiring agency builder or you're already building an agency and you would like more direction on how to successfully build an agency, that's where the Ford Insurance Group can help. One of my objectives over the next couple of years is to actually duplicate myself as an agency into agencies that want to have and experience the benefits that I have over the past couple of years in building my own agency. I've actually duplicated myself into, right now, 3 successful agencies that are growing very fast, that are very specialized in their niches, and are doing a great job in their respective focuses. And I still have more room for people that want to jump on in, join my agency, and build around our business model so that you can, again, build your own business, brand it in your name, and then also leverage the assets of DeFord Insurance Group to help onboard your agents. For example, one of the things we can provide for agents that want to build either a Medicare-focused agency or a final expense agency is we have existing protocol to train agents right now. That means you can leverage our existing training programs that we host on a weekly basis for both final expense and Medicare so that we can offload some of that training burden from you onto us, and so that you can focus on recruiting, finding people, and focusing on your winners to help developing them to the best agents that they can be. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Feel free to check out the links above and below if you're interested in learning more about working with me, building your own agency. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them below. And please thumbs this video up if you liked the content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Check you later. Bye.